Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. You asked for this Tamil copy? So it was written, said, Purusharadhanam rute, okay, kwa karma palati. So without taking into account Purusha, that is Ishvara, who is the karma paladata, without our respecting him, so without our considering him, how will one get karma, karma pala when we do karma? That was said in the 20th shloka. In the 21st shloka, this point he is going to make with the help of Daksha Prajapati's story. So, Daksha Prajapati, so Prajapati means that is Brahmaji is there, then Brahmaji has got sons. These people are the persons who have to carry on the further creation. So Daksha was one of the Prajapati's sons of Brahmaji. The very word Daksha itself has a meaning that he is very capable. So he had great power and capability. His daughter Sati had married Lord Shiva, and Daksha was not happy with the son-in-law because he thought the son-in-law is very inferior to him. Because as we saw earlier in one of the shlokas, he dresses in tiger skin and he just wears bhasma, no other ornaments. So he dresses so poorly that it is not befitting to Daksha Prajapati, who is like a great king. Okay. So he looked down upon his son-in-law and did not see it fit to invite him for a huge yaga that he was performing. He invited Brahmaji, of course his father, he invited Vishnu, all the other devas, and so many Maharshis, etc., to officiate. But he never invited his daughter Sati or his son-in-law Shiva. Now, this Sati saw people all rushing towards Daksha's place. So when she inquired, she found that, Daksha, her father is going to conduct a very big yaga and he is going to invite so many people. It is going to be an occasion of great magnitude. Then she was thinking, perhaps he has forgotten to invite me. So how can he be without inviting me, the daughter? So he has maybe forgotten. And she was actually seeing all her sisters, etc., rushing towards that place. She wanted also to go to that yaga. So she asked Shiva also, come along, let's go. After all, it is my father who is performing the yaga. Shiva said, no, uninvited we cannot go anywhere. Even though he is your father, he has to invite us. But she said, no, after all, it's my father, I don't need an invitation. So Shiva tried to convince her, but she couldn't be convinced. Then Shiva allowed her to go. Learn her own lesson. So she went there. Then many of you will know the story. Again, there actually he never bothered. In fact, he looked upon her as, why did you come? I never invited you. Why did you come to this yaga? And when she saw all the devas were invited, so Vishnu was there, Brahma was there, and so many people were there, only her husband missing. So she really got angry, and the story goes that she, in a yajna where my husband is not given the due respect that he has to get, Okay, so it is not worth going on, and it is said that she sat by the Yajna Kunda itself and gave up her life. Now, before this yaga, there was another occasion which actually led to this. So there was some meeting, big meeting that was there, where all the devas, all the people were present. And when Daksha entered into that hall, all the devas and other people all stood up and greeted him. But Shiva was sitting. Shiva did not get up and greet him. So he was so angry that he is my son-in-law, he is supposed to get up and greet me, and he has not done that. And already he did not like Shiva, and on top of it, this happened. So, so the anger was more, and he decided he is not going to invite. So one should understand that, the fact is Daksha forgot he was Ishvara. Now see, we see clippings in the YouTube and other places. Modi ji may visit his mother's home and fall at her feet and sit at her feet and do everything. But supposing she is attending the parliament, okay, he cannot get up, sit on the floor and ask her to sit in the seat, etc. Because in that parliament, he is the prime minister. And she is one of the citizens. That's all. Same thing also, still more powerful is Draupadi Murmu. Even Prime Minister has to sort of stand up when she comes, etc. So this should not be forgotten, but somehow he only thought this was a poor, what shall I say, a lowly who doesn't even know, he doesn't have any possessions, he doesn't even know how to dress up, he doesn't know how to give respect, etc. This is the way he looked at Shiva. Okay. So this is the background of this. Okay. Kriya daksho daksha Kratupatiradishasthanubhritam Rishinam artvijyam Sharanadasadasya suragana Kraturbramshastvattaha Kratupalavidhana vyasaninaha Dhruvam kartum shraddha Viduram abhicharaya himakaha. Actually, we have to break there, but Shraddha Viduram is one word. You can sort of join the top this thing. So, He Sharanadha, you have the word in the middle of the second line. So, O giver of refuge, protection. So, we have to supply Yasmin Yage or Yasmin Kratau. So, in which yaga, in which kratu? Kratupatihi dakshaha. So, Kratupati, the master of that yaga, meaning the Yajamana, who is the performer of the yaga. Incidentally, one should see this, that the word Yajamana is used in a different sense in Tamil Nadu. So, Yajamana means master. So, Yajamana does not really, with reference to yaga, what it means is the one who is performing the yaga. So that person is called Yajamana. So this Kratupati, this performer of this yaga, is Daksha. That is, he is the Yajamana. And what sort of Daksha is he? So there are two words, Dakshaha comes. Kriya Dakshaha once, Dakshaha another time. The plain Dakshaha shows his name. Okay. And Kriya Dakshaha means Kriyayam Dakshaha, Kriya Kushalaha. So the one who was an adept, very capable of performing Vaidika karmas, especially big yagas. Okay. And he was also Prajapati. The word Prajapati is indicated by Tanubhritam Adishaha. Tanubhrit means one who has a body, that is a jiva. And Tanubhritam Adishaha, the one who is a supervisor, who is in charge of the jivas, so Prajapati. And so for this yaga, number one, the Kratupati, the Yajamana, was Daksha Prajapati, he was an adept in performing Vedika yagas, and he is also a Prajapati. Then in that yaga, Rishinam Artvijyam. So Ritvik means the one who the priest who helps to perform the particular yaga or the ritual. Okay. Artvijyam means the action of being a Ritvik. So Rishinam Artvijyam. So means here, in this Kratu or Yajna, the rishis like Vasishta and all others were the officiating priests. So it was conducted by them. And Suraganaha Sadasyaha. So all the groups of devas from Brahmaji onwards were the attendees. They were going to be the invitees, all seated in the yaga hall, looking at the yaga. Okay. So evam bhutasya api kratoho. Even when this kratu, when this yaga was of such magnitude, so not an ordinary yaga, performer is somebody great, officiating priests are somebody great, onlookers are also special people. For such a yajna, tvattaha kratu bramshaha abhavat. From you, there was a destruction of the yaga. So a disruption of the yaga was created by you. And what sort of you? Kratupala vidhana vyasaninaha. So from you, who is generally committed, so who is a vyavasin, who is always committed to blessing the yagas and giving proper results. So that's why you are called Ashutoshi. You quickly get, become very happy if people's attitude is good, even though the yaga, etc. is not great. But you quickly bless people with the phalam. So from such a person like you, there was this problem for this yaga. So because he expects that we all know the story, therefore he keeps this in mind and he says, Shraddha Viduram Makahi, because Shraddha Viduram Makaha Kartuhu Abhicharaya Bhavanti. Now here, just a little Sanskrit. So, Shraddha Viduram is the bereft of Shraddha, that is Shraddhahinam, without any Shraddha. Now here it is used adverbially, so you should connect it like this. Yata Shraddha Viduram Vihinam Syat Tata Kritaha Makaha. So those yagas which are performed in such a way that there is no Shraddha with reference to the Karma Paladata Ishvara. Such yagas are only conducive for the abhichara, for the destruction, downfall of the karta. Kartu abhicharaya bhavanti. So when he did not really pay any attention, any respect for Shiva, now naturally two things happened. He did not pay respect to Shiva and invite him. And number two is, when Sati came also, he did not invite her properly, and then he happened to be, because of that, he happened to be the cause of death of Sati. So Shiva got angry and he would not allow that yaga to proceed. Then of course the story goes that all the other devas, etc., begged on behalf of Daksha. So Daksha's head was cut off. And Daksha's head was cut off, and then actually it went into the Yaga Kunda. Then all the other people intervened and said, if a Prajapati, his death is caused, then the whole creation will have some problem. So they beg Shiva, and then Shiva sees that whatever first creature comes in front, that head will be that head will be cut and then fixed on that, and Daksha will get that head. This is a aside point. Okay, this has nothing to do with the present thing or the Vedanta. This, there are certain things in our Purana itihasas which lends room for certain thinking. Okay, now really, is the brain the important thing or the heart the important thing? Now, if Daksha's head was cut off and he gets a new head, so will his thinking and behavior be in keeping with the head that he has got, or with already the heart that he has got? Okay, I'm not talking about the physical heart. Therefore, which is the software, which is the hardware? See, we have got instance of where Vinayaka's head was cut and he was fixed with a new head. We have another instance where you know that there was a rishi called Dadichi, and actually the Ashwini Kumaras wanted to learn Brahma Vidya from Dadichi, but Indra said, if you teach them, the Ashwini Kumaras were the doctors of the heavens. Always, one thing, because doctors have to deal with all sorts of vyadhi and all those things, they're considered a little lower. So Ashwini Kumaras did not get that status which the other devas have got. So Indra didn't want the Ashwini devatas to get this Brahma Vidya from Dadichi. But I'll cut off your head if you teach them. But Dadiji felt somebody comes seriously seeking it, I have to teach. And never mind, even if my head goes, if somebody comes seeking Brahma Vidya, I have to teach. Then the Ashwini Kumaras say one thing, okay? So, here there is a double transplant. So they say, we'll cut off your head, we'll fix you with a horse's head. Then you teach us. Then after that, if Indra comes and cuts that head off, we'll fix you with your original head. So double transplant. Okay. Now he taught with a horse's head. That means the knowledge was there. That if the knowledge was there, then the software should not be in the brain. The software should be in the heart. So this is food for thinking. Like morning I told you, the metal of Chakrayuda is a matter for thinking. So, it's not, see, actually people really look into all these things, and today they even try to look at in modern discovery, etc. So there is a particular mention of a king called, I forget, not Shalya, something, Salva. So he comes to fight with Krishna in Dwaraka, and he is supposed to come in a Vimana. That means those days Vimana, etc. were there also. And again, this is another tidbit. So at some particular point, they say this was a fact which was told by somebody connected to NASA to Nagpur Swamini, who shared it with me. So that is, at a particular time when people felt that many of these scientific discoveries, if it goes to ordinary people, it may not be used properly. Such manuscripts were buried under the vigrahas in the temple. And the people, whenever the temple was renovated, our people did not give importance to all these things because over a period of time it was forgotten. They stumbled upon this fact, and then, when somebody who is involved in it doesn't know the importance of it, they always came and took away these manuscripts. I was told this, it is subject to verification. It's quite possible because at some point in time they realized more the importance of our discoveries than we did. Okay. So anyway, finally he was fitted with, or the story started with, after that he was fitted with a goat's head. Okay. Goat's head. GOAT. That is Daksha. We are coming back to. You are a computer engineer, is it? You are a computer person. You work with computers, that's all. Huh? It's okay. I will deal with this 22nd shloka a little later. I'll go to the 23rd shloka and come back again for that. Swalavanya Shamsa Dhrutadhanusham Annaya Trinavate Puraf Plushtam Drishtva Puramatana Pushpayudhamapi Yadistrainam Devi Yamanirata Dehardha Ghatanat Avaititvamadha Bata Varada Mugdha Yuvataya. So, hey Puramathana, hey Varada. We have seen the meanings of these things. So, the one who destroyed the three Puras, three cities, one who is a giver of boons. Okay. So, there is a word Devi in the third line. So, Devi Parvati. Swalavanya Ashamsa. So, Atma Saundaryam Kirtayanti. So she was thinking very high about her beauty. Okay. And Yamaniyata, or there are two readings, Yamaniyata, Yamanirata, two readings are there. It's more or less the same meaning. Dehardha Ghatanat. Okay. So, because of the tapas that she had done, that yama means because of the denials that she had done, and because of that, she got half, she got to be the half body of Sharira Ardhangam of Lord Shiva. So, Shiva blessed her with being also the one, or the left half of this thing. So, she was made as a part of Shiva's body. So, Dehardha Ghatanat. Dehardha Ghatanat, because she was made to be the half body, he blessed her with that. And because of Yamaniyata, because she was involved, she was engrossed in various denials, she did tapas. Okay. Then, because of that, Tvam Strainam Avaiti. So, because you are magnanimous enough to make her half your body, she thought, he was enamored of your body, and therefore he sort of made her half the body. So, Straina means somebody who is infatuated with a lady. Straina. So, Stri Paratantram. So, if she were to think that you are a Straina, one who is infatuated with a Stri, because of the action that is taken by Shiva, that is giving half his body to her, okay, then there is a problem. So, in spite of the fact that you have seen Annaya Trinavat Plushtam Dritadhanusham Pushpayudam Api. Okay. So, what you are in front of your eyes alone, you saw that Pushpayudha, that is Manmata, who has got the Pushpa in the arrows of flowers in his hand, and he was carrying his special bow. And this person, just like burning a dry blade of grass, in no time, so like a trinavat, like a like a dry blade of grass, plushtam, he was burnt. How? Annaya, in a moment, so fast he was. And right in front of you, puraha drishtva api, even right in front of your eyes, you did not even, it is not that you heard this incident coming from so many mouths, but you saw it right in front. That Shiva was not available for Kamadeva's arrows, etc., and he just burnt him in no time. Still, if she should think that you sort of, or that, O Shiva, that you are enamored about her beauty and therefore you sort of gave half the body, then Addha Bata. So, alas, Yuvatayaha Mugdaha. So, he says all these damsels are fools, okay? If Parvati behaves so, then she is not, if she thinks that you will fall for her beauty and then she is going to give you half her, give her half your body, then she is no different from all the other damsels, all the other ladies who may think that their beauty is enough to what shall I say, to attract a man and then give her any number of gifts. So, in what way will she be different? So, a ninda of Parvati is done. This is what is called Nahi Ninda Nyayam. So, Nahi Ninda Nyayam means you do a ninda of something in order to prove that something is better, the opposite of it or something other than it is condemned or censured. Like, like children also you start, okay, with the children you say, small child, something it was not able to do, and then the elder children laughed at this child, etc. The mother tries to console that child. No, how nice you are doing all these things. They don't know anything. You only know you are doing things properly. So it is not to do ninda of those elder children. It is only to boost up this person. Therefore, this is called ninda arthavada. So, and then ninda arthavada, in that ninda arthavada, it means the condemning or the censuring is not the important thing. The praise of the opposite thing is important. So, this is to show the vairagyam of Shiva, the swatantrata of Shiva, that he is independent of everything, he is not enamored by anything, and also the anugraha, he is compassionate enough to give half his body to Parvati. So, still in some places you find the Ardhanarishwara temples are also there. In Tiruchengodu there is one. In Uddandi also Swami Shuddhananda has built one Ardhanarishwara. Incidentally, I hope some of you saw this morning, the way before the Abhishekam, yesterday what I pointed out. Indirectly, Dakshinamurti also is shown as an Ardhanarishwara, just indication by the leg ornaments and the ear ornaments. Okay. Then the 24th shloka is going to, I think all the words I have. So in the last line, yadi tvam devi strainam avaiti. So you have to connect like that. And because of what reason? Yama nirata dehartha gatanat. And then after that from Addha Bata Varada, Addha Bata Mugdaha Yotayaha is his usual conclusion statement. So alas, how sad. So Mugdaha Yuvatayaha, that all the yuvatis, the young ladies, are always confused and they don't see the real fact. Okay. Now the next shloka, 24th. So what would be considered as very inauspicious and despicable with reference to others are all something mangala, auspicious with reference to Shiva. This is what is going to be pointed out in the 24th shloka. Smashaneshva krida Smarahara pishacha sahachara Chita bhasma lepaha Sragapin karoti parikaraha Amangalyam Sheelam Tava bhavatu namaiva makilam Tatapi smartrinam Varada paramam mangalamapi mangalamasi. In this book, in this shloka, in the second line, there is a printing mistake. Snagapi is there. It is Sragapi. Okay, that's one thing. Then there was one other. When you have opened this book, I'll just show you one more mistake was there. This page. In the 16th shloka, I think. Okay, in the 16th shloka, in the third line, Muhuhu Dyaur Dyaustyam, it is there. It is not Dyaustyam, it is Daustyam. Dusta, then Daustyam, not Dyaustyam. Okay, coming back to the shloka. So, here Pushpadanta addresses Shiva as Smarahara, number one, and Varada, another. So Smarahara, Smara we saw was the name of Manmata, and so Smarahara means the destroyer of Manmata, destroyer of desire, Kama. Okay. And He Varada, giver of boons. Now, Tava Akrida Shmashaneshu. So you all the time you are there. Your whole you are reveling. You are dancing about. You are most of the time living Shmashaneshu in the crematoriums. See, we have two things. You have got burial ground is different, crematorium is different. In Tamil, that is why there is a difference. One is Sudugadu, one is Idugadu. Okay. So, where it is buried, you are not going to have ashes. So, here the Shmashana is the place where the bodies are burnt. Okay. So, Shmashaneshu Akrida. All the time you are sporting, you are reveling, playing in the Shmashana, in the crematorium, in the place where the dead bodies are burnt. And not only that, who are the people all the time around you? Pishachaha Sahacharaha. So all these ghosts, etc., they are all there. They are only, again, when you are dancing around, they are all there along with you. Okay. So number one, a crematorium is considered, if you go to a crematorium and come, you have to wash your feet, take bath, and then enter the house. So it is considered as inauspicious. Then all the pishachas are your friends, all of them around. That is also amangalam. Then chita basma lepaha. And not only that, you take the ash that has come after burning all these bodies, etc., that you have taken lepanam. So you have applied it all over. Not ordinary basma made from cow dung. Here it is from the chita, from the crematorium. So ashes of the burnt bodies you have smeared on yourself. That is another amangalam. And srag, what is the mala that you are wearing? Srag means mala, garland that you are wearing. What is it? Drikkaroti parikaraha. So this mala is made of human skulls all put together. So evam tava akilam Sheelam amangalyam nama bhavatu. So your behavior, your dressing up, your doing everything around you is amangal. So it is inauspicious. So let it be so. Bhavatu, let it be so. But tatapi, even then, you are smartrinam paramam mangalam asi. So you may be dealing with all things that are inauspicious, but when people think of you, you give them the most auspicious thing. So, smartrina for people who remember you, paramam mangalamasi. So, you bestow, you are the most auspicious person, and you bestow on them the parama mangalam. That's why he is called Shiva. Shiva means it's auspicious. See, in Vishnu Sahasranam, got Mangalanam api Mangalam. So, anything that is considered auspicious in this world, it gets this property of being called auspicious. From whom? From Ishvara. Ishvara is the one who bestows this Mangalam to anything that can be called Mangalam. So, Shiva is the one who makes everything auspicious. So Shiva himself is auspicious, even though things about him may be looking inauspicious. And he is Shambhu, from whom all auspiciousness emanates. And he is Shankara, he is the one who does Mangalakara to everyone. So this is to show that his Swarupa is auspiciousness. And what sort of an auspiciousness is it? It is an auspiciousness which can never be touched and tainted by anything that is amangalam. So, supposing something is mangalam, and then somebody who goes and touches something, etc., then immediately you say, Ayoyo, you have the auspiciousness is gone, so you have to clean this place, you have to do something, you have to do prokshanam, all sorts of things you say. But here, it doesn't matter. Anything that is considered as inauspicious has no capacity to take away the auspiciousness, the mangalam from Ishvara, whose very Swarupa is mangalam Shivam. Okay. So he is not tainted by any amangala vyavahara, by any amangala vastu or any amangala phala. Okay. Manav chitte. Okay. 1 second. Savidhamavidhayatamarutah प्रहृष्यत् रोमाणः प्रमदसलिलोत्सङ्गतिदृशः यदा लोक्याह्लादम् हृदयैव निमज्ज्यामृतमये ददत्यन्तस्तत्त्वं किमपि यमिनस्तत् किल भवान्. So, there is a word yaminaha, the last line. So, He Deva, O Lord, yaminaha here means those people who practice yama niyama. So, yam to control, to restrict, to master. So, those people who follow this, who have got a mastery over their mind and sense organs, who are shamadhi sadhana sampannaha yoginaha. So, those people, sabidham atta marutaha santaha. So, savidham here means according to the vidhi that is told in the various shastras. So, shastropadishta margena atta marutaha means here those people who have done pranayama. Marut means prana. Marut means air, and air means prana here. So, atta marutaha means those people who have practiced a lot of pranayama, so who have controlled their breath according to the methods that are talked of in the Yoga Shastra by doing Puraka, Kumbhaka, Rechaka and all those things. Okay. Then after that, what have they done? Manaha pratyak chitte avadhaya. So, manaha avadhaya, placing their mind. Where? That is pratyak chitte. So, pratyak chaitanye. So, their mind, they have turned their attention to the Atma, which is the innermost thing, which is the Atma, turning away from all the external Vishayas in the way, turning the mind and the Indriyas from the external Vishayas, and so going inwards towards the Pratyak Chaitanyam, that is the Atma. So, Prati Anchati iti Pratyak, so it goes inwards. Okay. Yat kimapi tattvam alokya. After doing all these things, whatever tattvam they discovered in this, while doing this meditation, whatever tattvam, whatever truth. So, kimapi, some truth that they have perceived, they have understood. Why this kimapi? So, each person sees something and then can you say it is truth? Why this word kimapi Pushpadanta is using it is here, you cannot point out this is what exactly it is. So, idantaya vaktum ashakyam. This is what the truth is. As we have already seen this, by directly through words, this is what the truth is, this is how it is, you cannot point out. So, it was earlier we saw atadvritya vyavrit. So, you have to point out, actually you cannot point out as this is the truth, you can only point it out at the most, only 3 words, or even 3 words, etc., also 2 words, satyam jnanam, that's all you can use. All the other words are negating words. So, So what has to be done is, after negating everything what it is not, so from the Vedanta Vakya Janya Akandakara Vrittya, by understanding that after negating everything, that I am the Atma, that is Brahman. So directly understanding it, aparokshi kritya, seeing it as oneself. Antaha ahladam dadati. So, which ananda they seem to undergo, they experience, okay, antaha, inside. Okay. So, what sort of an ananda is that? So, here an example is given here. Amrtamaye hrade nimajjaiva. Supposing there is a big tank, okay, rather big lake rather, and this lake is not filled with water, but filled with amrita. And then somebody nimajya, takes a dip in it, not a dip like that. When really nimajya means head also should go inside and then come. So very often it happens that we go to the Ganga to take a bath. But all the place is slippery and all those things. You carry a mug from the room and then you try to then take a bath there, etc., sitting on the step. Okay, that's better than not taking a bath. But then the question is, any snanam you are supposed to do, you have to, some whole head should go inside and come. So nimajya. So imagine a person who has just dipped the entire whole body, including the head, into a lake filled with amritam. So if a few drops of amritam fall on a person also, one's problem, santapa, one's sorrow, everything goes away and one becomes sukhi. Then what to talk of a person who is totally immersed in it? So this is to show, now our swarupa, the true nature of the Atma is supposed to be existence, consciousness and ananda. Now the thing is, we don't directly understand it, but very often what is existence, we try to understand first existence as the existence available in our body, mind, sense complex, or the existence in outside objects. Then after understanding what is that existence, you strip away the limitations from that and you understand that Atma is something that is all the time existing. So really then what is this existence that we are appreciating in the body, mind, sense complex or in the outside things? It is sad abhasa. It is borrowed existence. Even when these things apparently seem to exist, the existence belongs to the Atma from which only it has borrowed. Same thing it looks to us. So till we come to Vedanta, we always think we are conscious because of our mind. So mind is a cause of consciousness. This is what we think. But Shastra tells you, mind only borrows and reflects the consciousness. Like even a mirror by itself cannot light up anything. But the mirror, unlike a wall, a mirror can borrow that light. So when a light shines on it, so the light is shining everywhere. It's shining on a wall, it is shining on the floor, it is shining everywhere. But when it shines on the mirror, that mirror is capable of not only being lighted up by that light, it is in turn capable of lighting something else. The other example generally given is, moon we think is the source of light. But moon by itself has no light, it is borrowed from the sun. Same way, our mind has borrowed consciousness. Because the Atma is of the nature of consciousness, so the mind, by reflecting, by the ability to reflect, borrow and reflect that consciousness, it has got a chidabhasa, a semblance of consciousness in it. Now same way, all our experiential ananda. So whatever, okay, so you eat a rasagulla, you feel happy. You hear a nice song, you feel happy. So you have a nice, wonderful smell, sandalwood smell, you feel happy, etc. So whatever things, because of experiencing things, whatever happiness you feel, that happiness is actually the happiness that is reflected in the mind from the Atma Swarupa. So it is only Ananda Lesha, that is, it is only a small drop of Ananda that is there which the mind is able to, under conducive circumstances, it is able to manifest that Ananda. Now imagine, uh, supposing you like something, and you have decided that along with your friends you are going to this particular restaurant and you are going to have this special dish which you like so much. You are looking forward to such a thing. Then, right at the time, okay, you have sat down, you have placed your order, everything, you are just waiting for that dish to arrive on your table. You get a message that somebody very close to you has passed away. Now, you wouldn't even feel like eating that dish, or because you have called others, etc. You may pretend to be eating, but it doesn't give you any happiness. Now, supposing you are somebody who likes anything that is fried in oil, you love it. Okay, when that is so, now your liver is not functioning properly because you have got jaundice. That same thing actually nauseates. So things, there should be objects objects there. There should be a proper frame of mind. The indriyas should be proper. When all these things are aligned only, then you can have happiness. Then only the mind can properly reflect that happiness. So it is only a small reflection of that happiness that you are having, and this reflection of this happiness depends also upon the refinement of your mind. So the Shastra, Brahmaleenananda Upanishad says, Etasya eva anandasya anyani bhutani matram upajivanti. So every being who is experiencing ananda is only that droplets of that Swarupa Ananda people are enjoying. Now, at this juncture, we'll just another portion of the Upanishad we'll just look into. We have got this in the same text. We have got an Ananda Mimamsa in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. We have also got Ananda Mimamsa in the Taittiriya Upanishad. So it shows you gradations of Ananda, happiness that you can have. Okay, it starts off with a human being, ideal human being. Okay, understand? Not an ordinary human being, ideal human being. So that ideal human being should be young, in the fittest of health. That person should be relatively rich, should be well educated and cultured. So should be knowledgeable. So such a person, when the person enjoys something, then that is called one unit of human ananda. Why all these conditions are said is, see, everything, you enjoy, you can enjoy things when you are young and in the best of health. That is necessary. For certain other things also, the nuances of that ananda, for enjoying that, you should have knowledge, you should have culture and refinement. I always give this example. Somebody's voice is nice. You go to a music performance, somebody's voice is nice. You are able to hear, you enjoy that music. But now look, supposing you know the raga, and especially what are all the special combinations swaras which are particular for that raga, and how that person is using those phrases, then you enjoy it more. How that person can shift from one raga to another raga, do what is called graha beda, then you enjoy it more. How that person plays with the swaras and does niraval, and that is then also puts Sangati, puts Swaras, etc. The more you know about it, the more you enjoy it. Same thing literature. You may read something as a story. An ordinary fact, how this person puts it in a poetic way. So if you can know the nuances, you enjoy it more. So cooking also, you can enjoy it, just it is nice. So you can, if you are a person who also knows nuances of cooking, how this person has done this. So any one thing, there are supposed to be coffee tasters, wine tasters, etc., who know the very subtle differences. The more refined your thing, indriyas are, more refined your mind is, you are able to enjoy more. That is why the culture, knowledge, everything comes in. Now this is one unit of human ananda. Then the Shastra says that 100 units of this human ananda, one Manushya Gandharva has got. Manushya Gandharva is a celestial just above us. Then the 100 units of Manushya Gandharva Ananda is 1 unit of Deva Gandharva Ananda. Then like that it goes to Devas, Karma Devas, Ajana Devas. Then for like that 100-fold, 100-fold, 100-fold. Then what Ananda the Devas can have, their Raja, Indra can have, 100-fold. And Indra's Guru, Brihaspati, can have 100-fold. And then Brahmaji can have 100-fold, like this it goes. But then after that, along with that, there is one phrase which will be walking in every now and then. Like, when they do the Swara Sancharam here, there, everywhere, and then come to that particular line, you come. So this particular thing will be jutting in all the time here. Shrotriyasya cha kamaha tasya, Shrotriyasya cha kamaha tasya, Shrotriyasya cha. Then in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, one more thing is added. Shrotriyasya avrijinasya kamaha tasya. So there is another fellow who is able to enjoy something without becoming a Deva Gandharva or a Manushya Gandharva or a Deva, anything. He is able to get all this ananda because he doesn't have papa to avrijina. He doesn't have a papa to inhibit the ananda manifesting in the mind. He is a Shrotriya, well read, and he is a Kamahata. So if he has got vairagyam, towards something, then it is as good as he is enjoying that. Now you desire something so intensely and you have to work hard and get that, and then after that you feel happy. This fellow doesn't really, has no interest in it. So he is happy by himself without that. I am sure all of you would have heard this story of this fellow who was lying down in the beach on the sand around 10 a.m. in the morning, with one foot on the top of the other knee, etc., with his hands like that and looking at the sky and then enjoying. So somebody asked him, "Hey, are you not a fisherman?" "Yes, I am." "Then didn't you go out fishing today?" "Yeah, I went and I've come back." "Hey, why have you come back so soon?" So if you had continued to fish for a greater length of time, it would have been nice. What would happen? You would have got more fish. So what would I do with the more fish? You can sell it and get money. What will I do with the money? You can buy a better boat. Then with that, what will I do? You will get more fish. And what will you do with that? Then you can buy more boats. So you will have, then you will be more happy. He said, without all that, I am happy. So it all depends, that ultimately, even when you are happy, really speaking, the object seems to be the occasion which makes you happy, but really speaking, at that time, the wanting self is gone. So that lacking wanting self is gone. At that time, there is a fullness. Your Swarupa Ananda alone manifests there. And that is why these people, others, whenever we are having experiential Ananda, it is like getting drops of Amrita. These people they are diving into their own Swarupa. So, Amritamaye Hrade Nimajyaiva. Okay. So, they are enjoying Prakrishyat Romanaha Pramada Salila Utsangitaha Drishaha. Okay. So the happiness, I mean, need not necessarily express all the time like this, but some people it expresses like that. So he says, Prakrishyat Romanaha. So when people are very happy, their hair stands on end. So that is called Prakrishyat Romanaha. So, and so Prakrishyanti Pulakitani Romani Yasya Saha. So the one, even the hair on the skin also seems to be happy and standing up. So then Pramada Salila Utsangita Drishaha. So with eyes, so the Drishaha with the eyes, Utsangita, which is filled up with Pramada Salila, with Ananda Bashpa, with tears of joy. So, then, yattattvam alokya akladam dhadati. So, knowing which truth they all enjoy this happiness, tat tattvam bhavan kila. You, O Shiva, you are that tattvam. The tattvam is indeed you. You are indeed that Brahmananda, which obtains as the Pratyagatma, the Atma in each one of us, and gives rise to the joy. So, really speaking, no example can be given to understand Brahmananda. That is why that Upanishad which does the Ananda Mimamsa also comes to Brahmanaha Anandaha, Brahmaji's Ananda. After that, it doesn't say anything. It doesn't say 100-fold of Brahmaji's Ananda is Brahman's Ananda. It doesn't say. So you cannot measure Brahman's Ananda. So here, just like that, that's why this example is given that you are immersed in the Amrita tank. So, the Upanishad is full of vakyas like that. Yeshaha eva paramaha anandaha vijnanam anandam brahma. So, yo vai bhuma tat sukam. And Taittiriya Upanishad says, raso vai saha rasagrahyevayam labdvanandi bhavati. So, this Atma is rasa itself, Ananda rasa itself. And gaining a fraction of this, every person is becoming happy. So the dhadati, their word is to show that it is Swarupa Ananda. It is not, Swarupa Ananda means it's your own nature. If you say it's your own nature, it is not an Ananda that is created or brought out because of something. So Swarupa Ananda is intrinsic for you. But then what is experienced because of the mind is something that is reflected. So, then what is the great wonder that you are Paramam Mangalam because you are the Brahmananda Swarupa. So, so here we have to understand that of course one has to go through the steps of Nididhyasanam after Shravana and Manana. And that is that Nididhyasanam is pointed out by, that Yoginaha word which shows Samadhi, Shatka Sampatti, and then Atta Marutaha shows that a person has got to control their breath, Manaha Pratyak Chitte Avadaya, turning the mind towards the Atma, etc. And finally understanding the Atma Tattva. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhai Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Anti Shanti Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om